Well, to get a better understanding of the issues facing Latin America, let me turn to Monica de Bolle. She's a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics. Monica, let me begin with this sweeping bribery scandal involving Latin America's largest construction firm. Number of Latin American leaders now implicated, including President Santos of Colombia. How bad is this for Santos, and is his political future up in the air?
Well, it's certainly not good. So the construction company that you're referring to is Odebrecht. This is a company that is straight in the eye of the storm that's engulfing Brazil in terms of corruption probes and all of the investigations that are ongoing. Colombia is one of the countries that has been hit because of Odebrecht's regional operations. So it had operations in Colombia, it had operations in Venezuela, it had operations in Ecuador, it had operations in a number of countries in the region. And in some of these countries, what's coming out and what has already come out from the plea bargains that the executives from this company have made is that there was also some illegal campaign financing being given to politicians in these other countries. So it has definitely ensnared many other leaders, and it has ensnared the Santos government for sure.
And this construction company, from what I understand, is a Brazilian company. How much has the scandal really contributed to Brazil's current economic crisis? Some might even say the country is facing its worst recession in history.
Yeah, it is facing its worst recession in history. We're into the third year, what might be the third year of a recession. We're not yet sure whether 2017 is finally going to be the year that the economy recovers a bit, but it's certainly not looking that way, given that the political crisis is only getting worse as we speak. This particular construction company is only one of many that have been in the heart of this scandal. It's certainly the biggest amongst these construction companies, but there are others. And recently, there have also been revelations that the world's largest meat packer and meat producer, a company called JBS, which is also Brazilian, but has operations everywhere, including very large operations in the United States, has also been involved in corruption in Brazil and potentially in other parts of the region too.
Monica, let me move on to Venezuela. We're running out of time. Anti-government protests have been going on for months now. This country is facing a big political crisis, not to mention a dire economic and humanitarian situation going on as well. Is there a way to turn the corner here? How do you resolve this crisis?
Well, Venezuela is an extremely difficult case because the whole problem is that currently there's no alternative. The Maduro government is hanging on and continues to hang on despite the protests. There is a part of the military in Venezuela and of other parts of the system that still support Maduro. So despite the protests, he still has some political sway in the country. And therefore, what we have seen is just an escalation in violence and in demonstrations that is certain to lead to just more tragedy for Venezuela before we can even think of a corner being turned.
So many civilians there are paying the price here. Monica de Bolle, much appreciated. Thank you so much.